Big Goodwin here, and eventually we will like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Help promote and rank up my channel because YouTube never will. But in the meantime, they have no problem giving instant monetization to somebody like this and violating their own rules and policies that say you've got to have a certain amount of watch hours, subscribers, viewers, and all that to get monetization. And the only reason this is relevant is because today we're going to be talking about Alita Battle Angel. So I wanted to talk about Alita Battle Angel. The next Alita Battle Angel Twitter campaign is aiming to bring the film back to theaters. If you're not familiar with this movie, it was pretty impressive. It was very overlooked, though, with the whole timing. It was pit up against Captain Marvel, the Marvel Cinematic Universe's introduction to Captain Marvel that was strategically placed between Infinity War and Endgame, and it drew in quite the crowd. And I still say that it's because most people expected some kind of substance there that would be relevant when it came to Endgame, and that if they didn't go see it, they might miss something. Well, the only thing that film really served to do was, other than reveal squirrels and stuff like that, it introduced Brie Larson's Captain Marvel, who was also in Endgame. And if you didn't see the Captain Marvel movie, you wouldn't really know who Brie Larson is, who Captain Marvel is, or where she came from, unless you're familiar with the comics. But these two movies were kind of pitted against each other, despite the media's claims to be all about supporting strong female leads or whatever. It was quick to throw this one under the bus, push her in the mud, kick dirt in her face, in comparison to Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. They claimed this movie was a sexist male fantasy, all this and that, while propping up Captain Marvel and trying to bury this one in the ground. Now, this film was meant to get a trilogy of films, but it didn't perform as great as it should have. And now there's a real opportunity. If we can get this back in theaters, there's a real opportunity for people to recognize what this film is, to see it. And it is an interesting, creative film, and impressive. It does have flaws like all films, but I do have a review that I can link up at the end screen for this one from when it came out and when all the craziness was going on about, Rotten Tomatoes manipulating their website to cater to Captain Marvel. And there was just so much going on at that time that it was ridiculous. The links they went to for the Captain Marvel movie and the Brie Larson actress. But there is a real chance for those that have not seen Alita Battle Angel. I highly recommend seeing this film. It would be a real great opportunity, especially with the lack of entertainment that we're getting, that this film come back out in theaters and people get a chance to see it. So the Alita Army, ever vigilant, is trying to do all they can to make sure that they get a sequel. This film there were clear intentions for a trilogy that we may unfortunately never get if great strides aren't made to make this a possibility. And we've seen that it is possible with things like the Snyder Cut, for fans to get what they want, for creators to get what they want. Yeah, it's mutually beneficial, I would think, as long as it performs well and they get their return investment. But Alita Battle Angel is brought forth, and they have come up with their latest social media campaign to raise the profile of this would-be cult classic that's gathering steam. After supporting the movie's recent run on HBO Max and HBO Max, on HBO and HBO Max. Some members in the ranks of the fan base have hatched a brand new idea to put Alita back on the map. It's all focused on bringing the film back to Cinemark theaters before 2020 is over. And I think that's great. I mean, there's such a lack of entertainment and things going on. There's so many old films getting put in theaters. And it's a real great opportunity for everybody to seize to get films that were overlooked back in theaters and to get them seen, because when movies like this can easily get overlooked in favor of things like the MCU that has a long-standing history of releasing movies and just a lot of movies. So when you come out against one of those and the media is making all of its efforts to trash your film and prop up the other film, it can be even that much harder for these films to get the attention they deserve. So, much like previous campaigns that saw fans flooding Twitter with messages of encouragement for Alita Battle Angel's potential sequel to find a new home, a brand new quest is brewing that will take place on October the 1st. The particular details about the new social media exercise can be found below. Please share this flyer far and wide. We need all hands. The trending event will go down on October 1st. Use hashtag re-release Alita and tag Cinemark. Check out this time zone tool if you are unsure about your time zone. So, the nuts and bolts of this particular scenario are as follows. On next Thursday, October 1st, which is today, fans are encouraged to tweet their messages of encouragement directly to Cinemark Theater's Twitter handle using the tag re-release Alita. So the goal is to see if the chain will bring Robert Rodriguez's hard-earned sci-fi adventure back onto screens by the end of the year. The exact same timing for these tweets is set for 7 a.m. So you'll want to do the time zone math for your local purposes. So I'm going to urge everybody to do this. I'm going to go over there and do this myself too. I think it would be a real great opportunity to get this film back in theaters. And, theaters themselves are struggling, and if you get a film that's been overlooked like Alita back in theaters that's good and has some really extraordinary things about it, if you can get this back in theaters and people can actually see it, and it's like a new release for them, for those that overlooked it, then this could be a really great effort into getting those sequels that they wanted for this film. It's mutually beneficial for everybody. It's beneficial for the theaters that are greatly suffering right now. Those that miss this great film will have the opportunity to see it in theaters, and fans may potentially get that sequel that they wanted, and the people behind this film may potentially get those sequels that they wanted. So this is something, that I can really get behind, something that's real. If you're looking to make some noise for the potential re-release of Alita Battle Angel, do not stand by. Be sure to get on your Twitter next Thursday and put your voice into the world, though it probably couldn't hurt to also stream the film while it's still on HBO Max, though you can only have another week to do so, after which point the film will be moving to Cinemax with airing starting on October 2nd. Comment down below if you're all for this film, if you would go out and see it if it went back in theaters. I really think this film deserves a sequel, at least one sequel. I know they probably planned for a whole trilogy, or maybe even a saga, who knows, probably just a trilogy, but I really want this sequel. I think this film is great. It did a great job, and it's not preachy or in your face. about it having a strong female lead. It's none of that stuff. It's not a lecture. It's just a damn good adaptation and a damn good film. And it's quite unique in the way they present the look of the character Alita in comparison to other adaptations. So I was impressed with it, and I'll link up that review and maybe some other videos in relation to it at the end screen, and you can check those out if you're having doubts. But I urge people to see this one. With that said, comment down below, what do you think of the campaign? Are you going to participate in it? I'm going to go ahead and participate in it as soon as I'm done with this video and uploading it. If they good one here, eventually we will. Stay awesome. Rock on.